What up? This is Rap Hits, and so Fbg Butta is buzzing right now. He's the first FBG member in a while that has been buzzing because Duck had it for a long time, and then something happened to him, and then after that, Cash started taking off. Cash was going to be next up. He was making a lot of noise, putting out a lot of content. He's putting out like a video, it seemed, every almost a couple of weeks, it seemed like. And then something happened to him. So we are left with the two other FBG members, Dutchy and the other dude. And then, you know, they wasn't really buzzing like the other dudes, Duck and Cash. So now enter Butta. So Butta has been affiliated with FBG for a while, but Dutchy and the other dude said that he's not a member. And I think they probably shouldn't have done that because Butta is buzzing now. He's at a moment right now where he can really take off. He's kind of at a peak right now because he is right now doing big numbers and going viral on Vlad and No Jumper. So at first he had issues with No Jumper, but he cleared that beef away. So that almost fumbled his bag because Adam 22 was going to interview him, and that would have been a big interview, I knew. But Butta was standing on business because of what Adam said about Wooski, and he wasn't going to do the interview. Out of nowhere, he tried to take off with the deposit money, and he almost fumbled that bag. But then all of a sudden, Vlad started putting out Butta interviews, and then all of a sudden we see No Jumper. They cleared a way for Butta to get back in good with them. So now you got Vlad and No Jumper both releasing Butta interviews at the same time, and Butta's numbers are going up. If you look at the other interviews they did, Butta is beating like all their views. He's getting the most views. So this is an opportunity now of a lifetime for Butta, because how often would you have this moment where you're on two of the top platforms in hip hop at the same time and doing the right numbers? So this is his moment to really take off and start putting out some music, because all the attention is on him right now. He has a chance to make it. And then I wonder if he can even maybe smooth out the issues he had with the other members, Dutchy and them. They really was trying to say Butta is not a member because I guess he was telling us stuff, and they wasn't feeling that. But people don't care about that stuff these days. People will still listen to the music and still give these people views regardless of if they might have told or not these days. So I don't know. Dutchy and them, they should probably clear their issues with Butta, because Butta is buzzing and he has a chance right now to take off. Now Butta is claiming that he has immunity, and I wonder if that's why he's saying so much, because people are saying he's saying too much on these interviews with Vlad. They're saying that he might be saying a little too much because he's talking about a lot of stuff that went down in Chicago, and people are saying, yo, I mean, dude, you are saying a lot of information. So Butta is claiming immunity, but he got to be careful with that claim, because Keefe D was claiming he had immunity too. And the thing with Keefe D's immunity is it turned out that was only good for when he was talking to the police. It didn't extend to where if he's doing interviews telling on what happened, the immunity didn't extend to that. So Butta got to be careful, and he got to make sure he really does have immunity, because we saw what could happen. So another thing that's been coming out is that Butta, a lot of people didn't realize that he's actually saying K.I. was his actual sister, because he used to say that all the time. People was just thinking he was saying that's his sister, like you would say that's my brother. You know, everybody's saying, oh, that's my brother, but it's not your real brother. It's not like you got the same parents. But Butta is saying that K.I. was actually his sister. They saying they had the same father. So that was some news a lot of people didn't know. He was even breaking down, crying in a couple interviews and holding back tears when he's talking about her still, when he's talking about how what happened to her with K.I. And even on both interviews, so on Vlad and the Adam 22 interview, it looks like he was holding back tears and even breaking down a few times talking about K.I. So K.I. really meant a lot to him. And he even said it sounded like he was saying they slid. He didn't want to get into too much details, but he was saying like they had to slid and get some get back for what happened to K.I. He said that in a Vlad interview. So Vlad is really getting a lot of details out of Butta, and you know, I think he should probably play it smart and be careful about you know, the things he's saying in these interviews. But, you know, because you don't really want to see nothing happen to Butta, even though he's claiming he has immunity. You never know the details of that. Plus, Butta better play it smart in Chicago too, because, you know, he has that story. This is the story that a lot of people want to see. They want to hear about the O Block, and they want to hear about Tuka, and they want to hear about KI. So Butta's from the trenches, from the real back and forth with O Block and 63rd. So it's 63rd's time now to rise, and Butta could be that one if people gravitate towards his music. So he got to play it smart and move smart in the streets, because right now, you know, he's becoming a very popular individual, and he should probably consider maybe moving out of Chicago before it gets too hot. Because, you know, FYBJ, man, it sounds like he left, King Yella left, Billionaire Black left, so a lot of the 63rd members had already left. So maybe Butta, I don't know. It sounds like he's still really in the rack. So Butta should probably consider getting up out of there. But yeah, that's about it, y'all. This has been Rap Hits. Make sure you like and subscribe and all that. I got some giveaways in the comment section, in the description box. All right, I'm out of here.